Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a Q&A video. Today's video, I've got 10 questions submitted to me. Thanks for those who submitted these questions. They are great questions and I'm so excited to answer all of them. I love this kind of Q&A video because it gets so personalized and so close to you guys, and I love the interaction. If you'd like me to do more Q&A video like this, do comment below. I put them into 3 categories. For one is personal questions. Second is career and money. Third is travel. Please answer me to the point that you don't feel unsafe about yourself. As you know, I'm a solo female traveler, so I do need to watch out for my safety and privacy and things like that. First question from this audience called Image. How are your parents and siblings, if you have any? Your parents raised a great woman. Thank you. They're doing okay overall. They're not rich, but the good thing about US is that when you get old, you got the social security benefits that the government give you money every month. And they just got a new home a year ago, and I sponsored them half of the house. I don't have any siblings. If you've been watching my video for a long time, you know that I make a lot of introverted INTJ video, and in some of the video I talk about I don't have any siblings. I'm a single child. I was born to the world solo, and I'm still solo. Second question, how was your childhood like? How do you think your childhood modeled you into adult today? This is a very profound question, and this is the first time I got such questions. I didn't prepare anything before I filmed this video. I think one thing I learned during my childhood is that my childhood had been very solo and very independent because I didn't have siblings. I grew up by myself. So most of the thinkings, my hobbies and passion really is something that I developed by myself. I didn't have so much influence by other people because I literally just spent most of the time by myself. So one thing I learned from my dad since I was young is if you want to become above the average, you need to learn how to suffer. I've been learning a lot of endurance, resistance, a lot of difficulties, how I learned to overcome them since I was very young. So I started to make money when I was 13 years old. My first earning was from teaching piano. I was teaching piano to another kid who was a little older than me. Since very young, I learned to be very independent. I took a lot of student loans to go to school. I learned how to overcome those financial difficulties when I didn't have enough money to buy food in the school. How can I just learn the survival skills by myself since I was very young? Since I was very young, I learned how to make money, how to survive in this world, which has been so impactful for the rest of my life. How I got into a good job because I was really working hard to get a good job out of school, and how I survived during my solo trip to some of the very challenging countries. I learned all of these survival skills since I was very young. I think who I am as an adult really reflected my childhood. Haku asks, have you discovered your talents? What are your life purposes? Another very deep question. I actually make some videos on this before. Yes, I've discovered my talents. I think my number one talent is on self-awareness. I'm really intuitive, understanding myself and understanding other people. There's a great book called 7 Types of Intelligence. There's one type of intelligence, it's called intrapersonal, and that really describes how the person it's so excellent in being self-aware. The very successful CEOs that I worked with before, they all think I'm the top 1% in intrapersonal. And I think that especially being a INTJ and introverts tend to have a better gift in self-awareness because we spend a lot of time by ourselves to try to understand ourselves. Intrapersonal is my talents. Because of this talents, I started KK Success Coaching. I love coaching people and helping people to understand themselves better and to solve their life problem and career problems. So I'm good at telling stories, job application, immigration application, developing sales pitch, fundraising, and all of that. So it's just something I'm good at. And also negotiation comes from my travel experience. Always need to negotiate on, business development, partnerships, and things like that. The life purpose, I think, ultimate goal is to find inner peace in my life. During the day, we experience so much about working, traveling, dealing with people. There are just a lot of stress. Every night before you go to bed, you want to have a peace of mind. So I think that having the inner peace, not depending on other people or being influenced by other people, but in terms of life purpose. I think this deserves a separate video to talk about it. Some people are trying to maximize their life experiences, and some people are, just try to be satisfied with what they have. And some people are really trying to make an impact on the society, on other people's lives. And some people just want to, make their family happy, make their family live comfortably. I think all of these are great purposes. But why I live in this world, God designed the purpose for me. I was born to this world because God wanted me to experience the best of human life, and I think it's a journey that God wants me to experience. The second category is career and money. So Ryan asks, how do you climb the corporate ladder? Any tips to survive in the corporate world? I'm probably not the best person to answer these questions because I'm a very straightforward person. I'm not the most political person. What I do is really just to do the best in my job. And if I do a good job, maybe other business or other departments see my talents, then they will ask me to move over to the other departments. And whether or not to climb the corporate ladder, to be honest, I don't care. And if I'm a CEO, yes, I make a lot more money, but doesn't mean I'm happier. So I would only want to get promoted if I'm happy in what I'm doing. And if I'm not happy, I don't even care climbing the corporate ladder. You really need to listen to other people, like observe the people around you. So I think sometimes the more you talk, the more mistakes you make. The next question, do you have a job other than YouTube? Do help support yourself for your daily living expenses and traveling? Yeah, it's really funny, this question, because after I posted my Grab delivery job, a lot of people thought that the food delivery was my full-time job. If you don't know what my job is, I make a couple of other videos that I'm going to link here in this video. Why I quit my job. So I make a couple of videos, I talk about my career. So feel free to go back to watch some of my job situations and how I progress in my career. YouTube is not my full-time job. I'm doing this as a kind of my charity. I'm here to share my experience and share my travels. There are a lot of people who don't have the privilege to be able to travel the world like myself. For me, sharing my life experience is just like my charity and share with my community. And I have my small business. I do coaching, so I do life coaching, career coaching, and school counseling. Mainly focus on how to help you to tell stories, interview, sales pitch, negotiation, partnership, business development, business coaching, and business advisory. If you know any individuals or any business need help on that, feel free to contact me. Next question, how do you generate money while traveling? I just kind of answered this question. Clients, I recently just got one of the private equity investment lady. She's a brilliant lady. She got into Cambridge MBA, helped them to change career, change their life direction, raise self-awareness. For passive income, I do some trading. I know how to do my financial management. Actually, financial coaching is one of my expertise. So the next category is travel. This question, tell me your worst travel experience. I probably have a few really bad travel experience, but the worst one is in Egypt, the other one is in Gabon. Egypt is just a lot of sexual harassment. I talk about this in my other videos many times. If you want more detailed information, do go to my second channel. My second channel is dedicated for my travel experience. And in Gabon, it was a very dangerous situation, so I'm not sure if I'm ready to talk about this in public, but maybe in the future on my second channel. Next question, what are some of your words? The words I just mentioned, what are some of the best stories? I think there are a lot of best stories. So for example, when I was in Marshall Islands, I had lunch with the female president at the time, and she was the first female president in the Pacific Islands. I was so honored to meet her. And when I was flying to Bhutan the very first time, I was on the same plane as the Royal Queen of Bhutan, flying out of Singapore to Bhutan. I was so lucky to meet the Queen on my first visit to Bhutan. I had a lot of great stories, which I will elaborate more on my second channel. So do follow me on the second channel and my Instagram. The next question, have you thought of writing your travel stories into a book? For those who don't know, I actually published 2 books. A lot of people have purchased my book. It's a series of books, so I published 2 books before. And now because I'm completing every single country in the world, I'm going to publish the 3rd book in this series. Yeah, that would be my 193 book. I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm just waiting to gather all my stories. I'm going to publish them into a new book. The next question from my beloved Patreon, Kelita. Tell me about your haunted hotel stories. I recently published a new video on my second channel, on my travel channel, which is called The Creepiest Hotel in the World. So if you haven't watched that, make sure to go there to watch that video. It's a really fun video. Super creepy hotel. I hope you guys will enjoy that. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and my second channel. Hope you enjoyed this chat with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Love you guys.